Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Code Mind. So today we will continue the topic our array, or in Python we can say it in a list. So we'll continue the questions. So let's begin with today's questions. So our first question is, we want to find the elements, how many elements in the list are prime number. So I think everyone knows what is prime number. So prime number is the number which is divisible by 1 and itself is called the prime number. For example, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 2 is also a prime number, okay, 7 is a prime number, and etc. There are many prime numbers. So prime number is divisible by 1 and the number itself, that is, if it is 2 then it is divisible by 2, if it is 3 then the number is divisible by 1 and 3 itself. So that those number are called prime numbers, okay. So today we need to find that only. So first, this is the n, that is the size of the list elements, how many elements are there in the list, that is 5 is the size of the list. So n of int of input of. Now we contains the list, that is L of list of map of int comma input dot split. So our list is this is our list value. Now we will check for prime numbers, okay. So whenever the prime numbers concept is there, we must have to use the two for loops. This is compulsory for the, if we want to find that the element is a prime or not, we have to use the two loops. So how we will take? So first loop we will run for the number of elements in the list, like first element in a list, second element, third, fourth and fifth. So this first loop, I loop, will run for the number of elements in the list. Simply I will have the values in the list. I will take all the values in the list. I will have the first value 11, then it will be having 22, then it will be having 33, because we had not taken the range, we have taken I in L. So the I value contains the elements in the list. After that, j value will run from I to that number. For example, if it is 11, so j value will run from 1 to 11. That is, j value will run from range 1 to I plus 1. I will be your 11, 11 plus 1, 12. So j will run from 1 to 11. Okay. So how this two loops works? So first we will check how many prime numbers are there in list. So 11 is a prime number, yes. Is 22 is prime number? No, 22 is not a prime number, because 22 is divisible by many numbers. It is divisible by 1, it is divisible by 2, it is divisible by 11 and it is divisible by 22. So it is having more than 2 divisibility, so it is not a prime number. Is 33 is a prime number? Yes, 33 is also a prime number, because 33 is divisible by 1 and no, sorry, 33 is also not divisible, sorry, 33 is also not a prime number, because it is divisible by 1, 11 and 33 as well as 3 also. So it is having more than 2 divisibility, so it is also not a prime number, okay. Now 43, is 43 is divisible by any other number other than 1 and 3? No. 43 is only divisible by 1 and 43. So having only two factors, is called a prime number. So this is a prime number. 43 is a prime number, 11 is a prime number and 37. So 37 is also divisible by only 1 and 37. So 37 is also having only two factors. So 37 is also a prime number. Okay. So our answer, our output must be 1, 2 and 3. So our output is 3. Okay. So now we will trace the program. Okay. So we have taken one count equals to 0 and one CP equals to 0. CP means the count of the prime numbers. How many prime numbers are there? So this count will store that, and count will take the number of factors. For this element, how many factors are there for this particular element, that will be stored in a count variable. Okay. So let's begin. For I in L, so first case the I stores the 11 value. Okay. Now count, initially the count is your 0. When count is there is no need to give the count equals to 0 here as well, because we had put it here, or if we have put it here, or we can don't have here and write it here or anywhere, or having 2 times also decreasing, no problems. But if you want to write, you can write it only in one way, that is either we can write it here or here. Okay, no problem. Now j will run from 1 to 11. Okay, so first 11 mod j, so j is equals to 1, so 11 mod I equals to 0, yes, so count will be incremented to 1. Now again the j value is incremented to 2. Is 11 mod 2 is equals to 0? No. J value will be your 3. Is 11 mod 3 is equals to 0? No. Now j value is 4. 11 mod 4 equals to 0? No. Continuing on that, this it is 11 is not divisible by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is not divisible when the j value is 11. So 11 mod 11 is equals to 0. Yes, this condition is true. C is equals to 2. So whenever there is a 2 factor, that is there is C stores the number of the divisibility, that is number of the factors the element have. So this 11 have only 2 factors, that is if C is equals to 2, then we will increment the prime count. Yes, there is one prime count. There is one number in this list which is a prime number. So we had incremented the prime count. And again we have put the C equals to 0, because again we need to check for the another I value, that is the another list element in this one. So now count is again 0. Now I contains your 22 and j will start from 1 to 22. So 1 is divisible by 22. Yes, count value is incremented to 1. Okay. Now again the j value is equals to 2. Is 22 is divisible by 2? Yes. Again the c value will be incremented to 2. Now 3. Is 22 is divisible by 3? No. Now the j value is incremented to 4. Is 22 is divisible by 4? No. J value is incremented to 5. Now is 22 is divisible by 5? No. With this 6 also no, 7 also no, 8 also no, 10 also no, but 11. Is 22 is divisible by 11? Yes. So when there is yes, so C value is incremented to 3. So continuing with that process, now J value is 22. So again it is divisible. So it will having the 4, for example. So is count value of, is C value is 2? No. However, is C value is 2? No. So prime count will not be incremented and C value is stored to be 0. Understood? Count prime is remains 1, and here the count value, our count value stores is 4 for 22. So it will not increment. So it will not enter into this if loop, and prime value is not incremented, and again the count value is 0 and I is set to the 33 and j will start from 1 to 33. And we will continue this process for the whole elements in the list. 43 is only divisible by 1 and 43, so its count value will be equals to 2. So when its count value is 2, its prime count will be incremented to 2. Now 37 is also having the count value as 2 only, so prime count will be incremented to 3. So our output is 3. Hope you got my answer. One thing also we can do to stop iterating for more times, after this if we can have this one here only, that is if in here only we can write one line to check, like if C value is greater than 2 in whatever the case. Okay, in this loop only, if C value is greater than 2, then we can break that loop, means we can break that J loop and it will change to the another I value without iterating for the next value. For example, if C value contains in 22 for 1 and 2, C value contains 2, and after for 11 also C value is incremented to 3. So it will check here, in two cases 2 is greater than 2, condition is false, it will not enter into break loop. But when it is 3, when J value is 3, When j value is 3, it will check that 3 is greater than 2. Condition is satisfied, so break. It will break the loop and it will not go inside this one. Okay, it will directly jump to the I value, that is j value will be stopped at 11th iteration only, and I value is completed to I value goes to 33, and j will again continue to 1 to 33. From this way we can minimize some time for the execution, so we can do that also as well. If you didn't understood what I told, like how to put the break statement, then comment it. I will explain it in the next video. If you didn't understood, then say in the comment section that you didn't understood, I will explain it again. Hope you understood this program. Next question. Our next question is, we need to find the unique elements in the list and we need to print only that, so which is not repeated more than once. Like for 2, is 2 is repeated more than once? No, 2 is only one time, so 2 is printed. Is 3 is repeated more than once? Yes, so it will not be printed. 1 is also repeated more than once, so 1 is not printed. 4 is also repeated for more than once, it will not be printed. 5 is repeated for only once, so 5 is printed. So 2 comma 5 is our output. Okay, so n equals to int of input of, so we have taken n equals to 8. L equals to list of map of input dot split, so we have taken the list of elements. Okay, this is your L. Now what we do here is that we have taken another list, an empty list. This is called an empty list. Now we are running I loop I in L, that is particular elements of the list, not with the index. We are running with the particular elements in the list. So we are counting that elements, we are counting that elements. L dot count of I, what this do, L dot count of, so L dot count of particular value of I, that is 2. Is 2 is equals to 1 time? If yes, then we are appending into the A list, that is append function is used to append the element in the end of the list. A is the element, so 2 is appended. Now is 3 dot is L dot, so L contains this. L dot count of 3 is equals to 1? No, 3 is equals to, L dot count will count the number of the occurrence of the 3 in the list. So it had occurred 1 time and 2 time. So the output is 2. So is 2 is equals to 1? No, it is not satisfied. It will not enter into the if condition. Okay, if loop. Now again it will check to 1. If L dot count of 1 is equals to 1? No, 1 has occurred 2 times, so 2 is equals to 1? No, condition is not satisfied, it will not go here. Okay, after that again L dot count of I, now I is equals to 4. Now I is equals to 4. I is equals to 4, L dot count of 4. So what is L dot count of 4? So it is 3. Its occurrence is 3 times in the list. So 3 is equals to 1? No. Now again the 3 1. So L dot count of 3 is again the 2, it will not. 4, it will 3 times 4, no. Now 1, again 1, now 5. L dot count of 5 is equals to 1. Yes, so it will be appended in the last. So append function is used to append the element from the last in the list. Okay, so 2 comma 5 is our output, that is the unique element in the list that we need to print. Next question. This is important question, difficult as well. So in this we want to check the sub array of even and odd or odd and even. For example, what we can say, first is 11, then this is an odd number, so second is your even number, and then third is your odd number, and then even. So we need to find this sub array. What is the length of the longest sub array of even and odd or odd and even? It can happen like 12, 11, and then is your 8 and then 9. So this is even, odd, even, and then odd. Okay, so this we need to find the length of the longest substring of even and odd. See here, in this example, okay, 5 we have taken the size of the element 10, 12, 14 and 7. So 10 is an even, 12 is also even. So no. 12 is an even, 14 is also even. No. 14 is an even, 7 is odd, 8 is your even. Okay? Yes. Fine. So what is the length of the longest substring? 14, 7, 8. That is the length is your 7. So output is your 3. Okay? 3 is the length. Okay? See here once again I will explain. 10 is your even. Then after even we want odd. Is 12 is odd? No. So we will remove this one. Then 12. Is 12 is even? So after even we want odd. Is 14 is odd? No. Then we will remove this one. Then 14. Is 14 is even? Yes. So we want odd. So 7 is odd? Yes. So we want an even. So 8 is an even? Yes. So what is the length? That is your 3 is the output. So 3 is the output. Okay. Next also once I will explain this one. 7. So 7 is your odd. Okay. So we want an even. 10 is an even? Yes. After even we want odd. So 13 is your odd. Okay. 40, then after odd we want even. 14 is your even. Yes. So length of the longest substring is your 4. So 4 is the output. Okay. Now I want you to guess this output. What will be the output of this one? What will be the output of this one? Tell me in the comment section what will be the output of this one. Okay. I will explain, but I want answer from you only. 10 is an even. Okay. 10 is an even. We want odd. Is 12 is odd? No. So we will not take the 10. Then 12 is an even. We want odd. So is that odd? Is that 8 is odd? No. 8 is not an odd number. Okay. So after that one, we will remove that 12. Now 8 is an even. We want odd. So is 4 is odd? No. 4 is also not odd. So we will remove 8. Now 4. Now we left with the 4. So what is the output? What is the length of the output? This is an even number. So we can have any odd number or nothing is there. So what will be the output of this one? It's very easy. So we have only left with 4. So what will be the output? Okay. Tell me in the comment section. Now start with tracing. Now I will tell the algorithm how it will work. For example, check out here. We will start with this one. We will start with this one. 12. Okay. We will start with 12. We will check if this is an even. Okay. So previous one must be an odd. If this number is an even, so previous number is must be odd. Same condition we have to write it. Okay. Same thing what I am explaining in the algorithm. Same conditions we will write. We will start from the first. We will not start from this one. We will start from the first index. Okay. So if we will check if this first index is even, so we will check that the previous index is odd or not. If the first index is even, then we will check that the previous index is odd or not. Okay. And if the first index is your odd, then we will check that the previous index is your even or not. Same condition we had written here. See, L of I mod 2, that is L of I, and I we have started from 1 to n, means we have started from first index to the end of index. Okay. We have started from first index to end of index, that is I in range of 1 to n. If L of I mod 2 equals to 0, if this number is your even, then there must be a previous number which is odd, which is equals to 1, means it must be an odd. Or we can also have that this number can have an odd. If it is an odd, so previous number must be an even number. Same condition what I explained here, same we have written here as well. Okay. If this happens, then we need to increment the count as in 1. We have to increment the count, that is the length of the index as in 1. And we will store that RES will store the first, RES will store the 1. RES will count is also equals to 1. Why count is equals to 1 and why RES is equals to 1? I will tell. In this, as if you remember, we have a 4 which is equals to 1. So whatever be the input, at least we will have the 1. That's why RES and C is equals to 1. So I had given the output as well. Okay, whatever our input, if it is all even or all odd, we must have a length of 1. That's why RES and C is equals to 1. So I will explain why I put it this statement is because, for example, considered here, so this is your 4. So here we got the value of C is of 4. Okay, we got the value of 4. Now we, instead of 40, after 14, if we have 16, 8, then 16, then we can have the 3 here, then 2, and then 1. Okay, so see here, once again I will check. See, why we had written this statement is because we already have C is equals to 4. Okay, here now the C value contains the 4. Okay, if we have not written the RES value, see what happened. Now if here it is contains 16, okay, and here it contains your 3, here it's 2, and here it is 1. Now count value will be your 4 only. Okay, so now this is your even number. Okay, this is your even number. So previous it will check for the odd number. Is it odd? No. So its condition is not true and it will not go. Okay, it will not increment the value of count. And suppose we have not written this statement as well as else statement, because this statement is considered with this. So suppose we have written up to here only. Okay, now C value is 4. Now it will come here. Now it will check that if this value is mod equals to 0, no. Is this value is odd? Yes. So it will check that the previous value is even? Yes. So now the C value will be incremented to 5. But no, here the C value should not be incremented to 5 because the length should start from here. But it is telling that the length is started from here only. So this is not in our sub-array length list, because 14 and 16 both are even, it should not be there. So that's why we have to take this. That's why we have to take this as our one of the statement. Okay, that is, we will check every time with the RES what is our RES value and C value, and maximum of that will be stored in RES. Okay, so in this case C will be of 4. Okay, so then RES is also 4. After that, if this condition is not satisfied, C is equals to 1. We will change the C value to 1. Now after that we will check for this one. So there is only 3 length. So C value is 3, and check with the maximum RES, that is 4, and C with the 3. So RES will be your 4 only. So output will be your 4. Hope you got my point. If you will trace it once again, you will much better understand, and trace once with this output as well. 7, 10, 13, 14, 16 as well. Okay, and 8 as well, then 3, then 2, and then 1. Okay, when you will trace, this length will be 4, then 16 previous will not, 8 previous must be odd, no. Then when you will be here, then it must be an even. Yes, this is satisfied. Okay, this is satisfied. Then after that, when you will be here, it must be odd. This is satisfied, and up to here only take it. Otherwise both will be your same only. Up to here only 16, 8, and so this length will be your 3. So when this length is 3 and RES value is 4, so RES value contains 4, C value contains 3. So when this happens, maximum value in contains in RES, and we are printing RES, that is 4 is printed here. So output for this one I had already told, but I want you to write in a comment box. So, shall I trace the program or is it okay for you? I think I had traced the program, so no need to trace it again. If you have a doubt, write in a comment section. I will trace the program. This question is the previous question only. I told you about the question, but that program is not working if all the negatives are there. So I told you to write in a comment section what's the changes do we need to do in that program so that it will be work for the negative as well. I will tell you here now. N is equals to int of input of, so 3 will be your input. L is equals to list of map of, list we have taken, all these are negative values. Print max of value L comma N, so we are passing this list and this N value. Okay, check here. So we have taken. Now what we are considering, same like a previous one, we will start from this one, this index, and res will store the first value. So res will store the -1, that is L of 0, and M value 1 we are taking because of that output what we are not getting yesterday, that is -1 is here. Okay, so for I in range of 1 comma n, we are starting from here to here. So I will contains the value 1. Okay, M value of max of res plus L of I. So res contains -1 plus L of I, that is -3. -1 plus -3 is -4. So this contains -4. L of I, L of that is 1 is -3. So what is the max? That is the -3. So M value contains the -3. Okay. Now res equals to max of res comma M value. So res contains -1 and M value contains -3. So what is the maximum? -1. So res contains -1 only. Okay. Now the next one. I value contains your, now I value contains your minus, I value contains your 2. So M value is equals to max of res plus L of I. So -1 plus -1 plus -1 plus, what we will do, -1 plus L of I. Okay, so L of I is your -2, that is L of 2 is your, L of 2 is -2. So -1 and -2 is -3. So this contains -3 and L of I is equals to -2. So what is the max? -2. So M value contains -2 and res equals to max of, so res is -2 and M value is -2. What is its maximum? -1. So res contains -1 only. So we will return the res, that is -1 will be our output. So this is our output. Okay. Yesterday I traced with this list, so I will trace it now as well. So this is only one list. Okay, 7 values are there in this list. This is only one list. We will start with this one. Now I value contains L of, so res contains your, 2, that is the first element in a list. Res contains your 2 and M value also contains your 2. Okay. Now I in range of 1 to this one, up to here to here. This is in one line only. 2, 3, -8, 7, -1, 2, 3, all these are in one line. That is one list. M value is equals to max of res plus L of I. So res is equals to 2 plus 3, that is your 5. This is your 5 and L of I is your 3. So what is max? That is 5. So M value contains 5. So max of res is equals to 2 and M value is equals to 5. So res is equals to 5 as well. Okay. Res also contains the 5 as well. Okay. Res contains the 5 value, M and M value is also 5. Okay. This is also 5. Now I contains your -8. I contains your 2 because it started with 1. Now L of 2 is -8. So res is equals to, res how much it is? Res is your 5, 5 plus L of 5, 5 plus -8, that is your -3. And L of I is -8. What is max? That is -3. So M value contains your -3. Then the RES, max of RES 5 comma minus 3. So 5 will be stored in RES. So RES is stored is 5 only. Then the I value is changed to 3. I value is changed to 3, that is 7. So RES is equals to 5. 5 plus 7 is your, that is 13. Sorry, 7 plus 5, that is 12 only. Okay. Then is your RES plus, that is 5 plus 7 is your 12 only. So 12 comma L of I. So what is L of I? L of I is 7. So what is maximum? 12. So M value contains your 12. Okay. Now max of RES. RES is 5 comma 12. So RES contains the 12. Okay. RES contains the 12 and I value is changed to 4. M value is 12 and RES value is also 12. RES value is 12 and M value is also 12 and I contains your 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now minus 1. So RES is 12. 12 minus 1 is your 11. Okay. 11 comma L of I, that is minus 1. So what is maximum? M value contains your 11. Now max value RES, that is your 12 comma M value, which is your 11. Okay. So RES contains your 12 only. Okay. Now the next one is, we have to increment the value of I, which is 5, that is 2. So RES plus L of I. So 12 plus L of I, that is 2. Okay. L of I is equals to 2. So 12 plus 2, which is equals to 14. So this value contains 14 and 2. So M value is contains the 14. Okay. Now RES equals to max of RES comma value. So RES is how much? RES is your 12 and M value is 14. So 14 will be in the RES as well. Okay. So both M value and RES value contains the 14. Both RES value and the M value contains the 14. Now we are here. Okay. I is equals to last one, that is 6. So 3. So RES, that is 14 plus, I think we are doing some mistake. Previously only we did some mistake. I will start from the beginning, no problem. So RES is there and M value is there. Okay. Check with me. And I value contains your 1. Don't write it here. Here is the RES value. Here is the M value. And here is the I value. Okay. So I value start with 1. Initially RES is equals to L of 0. That is your 2. L of 0, that is RES contains 2. M value is your 2. Now I start from 1, that is 3. So RES plus L of I. So 2 plus 3 is your 5. So we are having 5 comma L of I, that is 3. So max contains 5. So M value is your 5. Now 5 comma 2 comma 5. What is maximum is your 5. So this will be your 5. Okay. Now the I value is incremented to 2. When I value is incremented to 2, okay, when I value is your 2, this is minus 8. So RES, that is 5 minus 8, that is your minus 3, and this is your minus 8. So M value contains your minus 3 and RES, that is 5 comma M value minus 3. So RES is your 5 only because maximum is 5. Now I value contains to 3. Now 7. So 7 plus RES, that is 7 plus 5 is your 12 comma 7. So what is your maximum? Of course our maximum is your 12. So it will contains your 12 here. So it was 12 here. Now max of RES comma M value. RES comma M value. So RES is 12 comma M value is minus 3. So maximum is your 12 only, it will stay. Now I value is your 4. Now I value is 4, that is your minus 1. So RES, that is your 12 minus 1, that is your 11. 11 comma minus 1. So 11 is the maximum value, it will stay here. Now max of 11 comma M value, that is 11. So RES contains 11 only. Now this is your 5. So 2. So RES, that is 11 plus 2, that is 11, 12, 13. There will be a 13 one, and still it is something mistake is coming here, I think. I will check out with this input, okay. I don't know why it coming wrong output. I will explain it in the next video. I will explain with both the positive and negative integer with the test case, so it will be more clear to you. Leave this question, I will explain it in the next video.